To Arsenal now, who could have a busy end to the window. Eddie Nketiah and Aaron Ramsdale's future are unclear. They're hoping to finalise a deal for Mikel Merino. Let's start with Eddie Nketiah, though. We understand Crystal Palace are the Premier League club who are exploring the conditions of a deal after a move to Nottingham Forest fell through. And Dan, 5 days to go. It's not a lot of time. Do you think Eddie Nketiah will still be an Arsenal player at the end of this window?
I've got a sneaky feeling he might be. You know, just with the Jesus injury, it's a little bit unclear at the moment. Obviously, he struggled for fitness generally since he joined the club. I know he's not a striker, but it looks like Fabio Vieira's going to be on the move as well. Smith Rowe's gone. So I look at the attacking areas for Arsenal and think everyone always says they need a new striker anyway. If suddenly you're getting rid of your backup option, you're leaving yourselves quite short. The Forest moves obviously fell through now. I don't know whether Nketiah might just decide, I might get a fair amount of football here. Maybe I'll stick around if there's not a move that I truly fancy. So it's going to be an interesting one. Obviously, 5 days to go as well. It's hard to get deals done in that time from scratch, which is what this might be now.
I think, you know, as we've said on the shows previously and last week, you know, this is probably the biggest decision of Eddie Nketiah's career, where he goes next. And I just think for him, you know, he needs and he deserves to go out and play at this point in his career. I think he's done enough to be a first-team player in the Premier League. So I think it's vital that he makes the right decision for him. I think from Arsenal's perspective, you know, Mikel Arteta, in quotes carried by The Guardian over the weekend after the game against Aston Villa, did say, we're a little bit short, and if we can do something, then we will do it. So it suggests to me that Arsenal are still in the market for a centre-forward. As you say, the Jesus injury is still a little bit unclear, but certainly if Eddie Nketiah goes, Arsenal, I think, do have to go in for a striker before Friday.
Yeah, right. Southampton have made an offer for Feyenoord goalkeeper Justin Bijlow, but they are waiting for confirmation whether or not it's been accepted amid difficulties agreeing a deal with Arsenal for Aaron Ramsdale. I mean, Flex, how much does Aaron Ramsdale need this move?
Yeah, massively. He's 100% obviously not going to be number one at Arsenal. That's very, very clear from last year. You saw the heroics, didn't you, Dan, from David Raya?
I remember.
And he's obviously flying at Arsenal. But for Aaron Ramsdale, he's had a taste of it. He's very ambitious. He's sat for a year now, not playing, only coming in, ironically, for games against Brentford where Raya can play and maybe the odd cup game here and there. But he'll want to go out there and be somebody's number one. And I think actually a lot of Premier League teams, we'll see where it may be, but a lot of Premier League teams or teams in Europe are out there that will be lucky to have a goalkeeper like Aaron Ramsdale. And I think he'll be chomping at the bit to get back on the front foot, get playing again, get his confidence back, and be looking towards that World Cup as well in the next couple of years to get into this new-look England side as well and have aspirations of doing that. And he's not going to be able to do that unless he moves.
Yeah.
Stevie, obviously there was going to be two sides to this. If Aston Villa won, it would be same old Arsenal. If Arsenal won, it would be, oh, hello. This is a big statement. How big is it?
I think it just tells us all that they're going to be competing for the Premier League. To go to a team that was in the top 4 last year and who have retooled a little bit and who are expecting to do even better, they weren't overly exciting to watch until the first goal, but they were in total charge of the game.
Really?
I mean, it's no surprise that that's the way Unai Emery wants to do it against the big teams. He sits back and tries to smother them and not give them a lot. And he didn't actually give them a lot. But once that first goal went in, this Arsenal team changed. You know, everyone was sharper. They were more aggressive in the final third. But there's all kinds of ways to win a game away from home to a top 4 team. And they did it 2 ways. They did it with patience until they got that first goal. And then he showed us what they're all about.
What does this tell us about Arsenal, Frank?
Well, I'd say that definitely they are competing for the title, and and you need a part of luck in order to beat that high on the table, and it's why they had today. They were good, they were strong. They had an opportunity the first half, but Havertz made a wrong choice.